power of hydrogen. It measures the amount of hydrogen ion within a solution. It's on a scale from 0 to 14. The closer you are to 0, the more acidic you are. As you go up the scale towards 14, you become a weaker acid. Right at 7, the amount of hydrogen in the solution is equal to the amount of hydroxide. So H plus is hydrogen ion. OH minus is hydroxide. When you take an H plus, the hydrogen ion, and add it to a hydroxide, the OH minus, it becomes a molecule of water. And with acids and bases, and if you have more hydrogens in solution, then it's going to be more acidic. If you have more hydroxides in the solution, then you're going to be more basic. At a pH of 7, the hydrogen is going to be equal to the hydroxide. This will be considered neutral. On the scale, when you are at 14, you're going to be a very weak acid, but a very strong base. That means that at 14, we have the lowest amount of hydrogen ion in solution and the highest amount of hydroxide within the solution. As you go down the scale from 14 down towards 1, we're going to increase our hydrogen. As you go down the scale from 14, you have the most hydroxide, and as you go down from 14, you're going to have the lowest. You're going to lose that hydroxide in that solution. Acids have a very high hydrogen and a low hydroxide. Bases have a very high hydroxide, low hydrogen. We can look at that from the other side. If we start at 1, we have a very strong acid, a very weak base. As you go up the scale towards 14, you're going to be decreasing your hydrogen. So hydrogen is highest at 1, and as you go up the scale, you're decreasing that hydrogen ion content. You start off with a very low hydroxide, but as you go up the scale, you're going to be losing that hydroxide. Or as you go up the scale, you're going to be gaining that hydroxide. At 1, we have the strongest acid, but we have the weakest base. And as you go from 1 up to 14, you're going to be going from a weak base to a strong base, and a strong acid to a weak acid. So a very strong base is extremely weak acid. To give examples, gastric acid, that is your stomach acid, is at a pH of 1. Orange juice is about a pH of 3. Urine is at a pH of 6. Distilled water, and distilled water is just H's and O's. It's not what comes out of the water faucet. You can buy distilled water at the store. It has a pH of 7. Blood has a pH right in here. It's actually 7.4. It falls within a very specific range of 7.35 to 7.45, and if it goes kind of to the extremes, you can get very sick. 6.9 is about the lowest that I can go before you can really not handle it anymore, and I believe it's like 7.8, 7.9 on the basic side of the scale. Baking soda, milk of magnesia, ammonia, those are all bases. Bleach is a very strong base here at 13.